Hey gang, welcome to another episode of Tim on the Fly. A little bit of a change of scenery this time. I'm down here in central Missouri visiting some relatives that I haven't seen since before the pandemic, so it's been a good time, but it's in the middle of the week, so everybody had to work, and I got a morning to myself, so I figured I'd try to find a little water and see if I could do a little fishing, maybe do a little videotaping, and this time, a little change of scene, but also a little change of water too. We're going to try a little running water this time. Almost everything I've done on the channel has been still water, so we're going to see if we can't find ourselves a creek with some fish in it. Let's head out. Okay, so really the purpose of being down here today was visiting family, but everybody's at work and I can't stay off the water for very long if there's nothing holding me off. So here we are down at a little mill dam close to my sister-in-law's house, and we're going to kind of give it a try, see what happens. Very rarely lets me down. It doesn't always give me big fish, and it's running pretty low today, so it's very likely it's not going to give me big fish, but let's see what happens. Crappie. Haven't got one of those yet. Nice little guy. Looks like he's survived a heron attack. Heron got him right there on the shoulder, and he's still alive and kicking, so we'll get him back and let him kick some more. Try to catch a few more. Seem to be right here in this eddy on this creek. Got just a little eddy here where there's a calm spot away from the water, and all of a sudden I've got him hitting my indicator. So we may actually switch to a dry fly here pretty quick and try it. There we go, there's another one. Oh. Another little crappie. Working the microclouser again, and this guy just does not want to stay. Evidently he doesn't want to get back in the water, but he's going to. And we're gonna got a heron out there too, kind of wondering what we're doing to catch fish when he's not. But all we're doing, we got a little microclouser on, and I've just got it sitting under an indicator, and I'm just dragging that indicator slowly through this eddy. Sometimes they're hitting it on the fall when I first cast it, but most of the time they're making me drag it just a little bit, so they want it moving apparently. There we go. Oh, little guy got away. Looks like a little bluegill. Let's get out there in the current a little more, see if we can't find something with a little size to it. Had a little largemouth right before I turned the camera on. There we go. There's something little. Oh man. Little bitty green. Little green sunfish. He'd be good for bait for something else. There you go. Back in you go. It's a little microclouser. This time it's a bunny hair version that we're using. Last video it was a little calf tail version, but now it's a little olive and white bunny tail clouser. Right in here in the heart of the stillest part is where the bluegill seem to be setting. The crappie seem to be out there a little more on the edge. So, there we go. Oh, I think, found a rock. There, we got it out though. And that's basically the only reason we've got that indicator on this time, is to keep that clouser suspended just above the rocks down there so they don't eat it. The rocks, I mean, not the fish. We hope the fish will eat it. Just throwing her out into the edge of that eddy and letting it swing into the calmer water. And then once it gets into that calmer water, we're just dragging it back real slowly. And they're either hitting it on the fall in the current part, or they're catching it on the drag coming back. One of the two. Either way, they seem to want it moving a little more. Don't think there's going to be much point in working that faster water out there. We can give it a try, but I have the feeling this seam right here close to the bank might be a little better bet. We'll see if we can't find something. Might be something a little bigger sitting in here. I don't know, but we'll give it a shot and find out. It's not going to take long for a cast, so that fly is just going to whiz down through this current. The trick's going to be getting it down to the depth where the fish might be. Might be a little fast for this rig. We'll give it a few passes down here and see what happens. Day one. The fishing was pretty slow, the fish were pretty small, but you know, given the time of year, the time of the day, water conditions, it wasn't unexpected. It was a good time. I decided to kind of hit the same stream on day two to see what would happen, hit a little bit different part of it. And when I got out there, the flows were even lower. The day was turning out to be just as hot, so I wasn't really expecting very much, but you know, sometimes the surprises run the good way too. So let's see how this one turned out. Alright, so next morning, and it looks like they shut the generators off at the dam up at the lake, so not a whole lot of water coming through here this morning. So it's going to be a little bit different fishing. Maybe better, maybe worse. Not really hoping for a whole lot, but again, looks like the plenty of vultures out there, so there must have been a lot of dead fish carcasses get left up on the island when the water came down. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. I'll try to get a better shot later, but that tree over there, that cottonwood, is just full of them. But anyway, let's get down to the water and see if we can't catch a few fish. Hang a nymph a little bit below an indicator. We're going to try a little bit different nymph this time. Just a little critter. I'm not really sure what he's called, but if it works, we may do a tying video on him a little later on. Set the depth a little deeper, because I think we got more depth in here than I thought we did. And we're just going to kind of cast it up along the dam there and see what happens. See if we can't get something to eat it. Oh, just saw something come up on the surface, so there's fish in here. Just really not a lot of current, so we may be able to ditch the indicator too. Oh, there we go. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, we got a little drum. That's a little drum. Nice, just kind of smacked on that indicator. Pretty little guy. Back in the water you go. see if he's got any friends out there. This is working kind of like it works on the lakes on the windy days in the last few videos I did, but we're using the turbulence from that waterfall to kind of keep that moving. Whoa! I hit him a little harder than I needed to. Launched him out of the water. Nice little bluegill. Pretty little guy. Oh, he's got that thing way down there. Get in there and pop that out real quick. Look at him. Off he goes. I was thinking I might have to go a little deeper, but I think they're finding it just okay. There we go, another one. I have to go to a bigger fly though, because he's got this one down too. Love those barbless hooks though. There we go. Back in the water he goes. Got a piece of moss off the leader. Keep that. Seem to be hanging out right in that slightly more turbulent water, so we'll just keep putting it in there. Kind of switched up today. Yesterday I was here with the 6 weight because I didn't know what we could expect. This morning I had the feeling it was going to be smaller fish because it was yesterday, so we got the 4 weight. No heavier than the current is. Even if we get a bigger fish, we should still be able to handle him on the 4. So a little bit further towards the dam there. We may want to go a little deeper. So we're going to make a few more casts, make sure we don't find rocks at this depth. And we'll go deeper if we need to from there. There we go. We got another one. Got him out there a little bit. He's pulling a little harder. I don't think he's much bigger, but he might be a little bigger. Ah, no, he's about what we were catching. He just had a little current to work with is all. Again with the fly all the way down. So far, not so far that we can't get it fairly easily. There you go. Take a look at the camera. Nice fish. Whoops. And out you go. There, oh, hey, this one's a little bigger. Oh, what do we got here? Oh, she got away, but I saw a little flash there. Looked like it might have been a largemouth. May definitely have to move up to a little bigger fly. start maybe put on a microclouser and start dragging it through there. See what eats it. Whatever that other one was, I think we got another one here. Feels just exactly like it. Oh, hello. It's a little walleye. So, you ever have one of those moments where, you know, things just don't go right? Well, this was one of them. I got the fish into the bank, and somehow in the process of getting it landed, I managed to shut off the camera. The fish flopped and broke off the tippet, so with the fly hanging out of his mouth but not connected to anything, he was heading back for the water. So I dove on him, got the fly back out, went to take a still picture and realized that I had shut the camera off, so I got the camera back on, got a still picture, got the fish back in the water, and, you know, things just go that way sometimes, and the still picture I got probably tells the story better than anything else. Having done that, you have those moments. Let's get back to the water and see what else we can do. Alright, we're back into something else here. I think we might have another baby drum. Yep, another baby drum. Still working that same fly. I like these guys, they're cute. Kind of like little Labrador retrievers with fins. They got that dopey looking face. How are you hooked in there? Well, barely is how you're hooked in there. Oh, come on, let me get a hold of this. There we go. Cute little face. In the water you go. I think we've retied there, so we used up a little bit of tippet, so I think we're going to drop this about 4 or 5 more inches. Just to kind of get back to that original depth we were fishing. It's kind of important to do that when you change flies. You're using up tippet and leader, so you're essentially changing your depth. So when you change fly, you want to make sure you change your indicator just a little bit to adjust for that that leader length that you lost. Oh, there's another nicer one. That might be another walleye. That would be cool if we were in a whole mess of them. Oh, it is another one. It is another one. Hopefully we get him landed. Oh yeah. Flies in the outside of the mouth, so I'm not going to have to worry about him breaking the tippet like that other one did. There we go. Whoop. Hey, you stay still. Let me get the fly out, and I'm going to take a quick still picture. Okay, we got a good still picture of him. Let's get him back in the water and swimming away. All right, let's go see if we can get us another one of those. Wash my hands off here real quick because I've got a bunch of sand on it. There we go. Now one thing, he had that fly hooked on the outside of, well, the hook was on the inside of his mouth, but the fly was what was rubbing against his teeth. But we're still going to check and make sure we don't have any nicks in the leader here and everything feels nice and smooth. I'm only working on 5X this morning, which is of course why the toothy fish are here. So I've got to be a little extra careful. to make sure that that leader doesn't get nicked up or that knot doesn't get overstressed. About one more of those and I'll cut off and retie just to make sure. Was expecting several different things. Walleye was not one of them. I knew the bluegill were here. I figured the drum would be here. And kind of maybe hoping for some small white bass tucked right up in this pool. But walleye this late in the year with this little bit of flow was not something I was counting on. But there they are. He actually came a little more out here in this open area, so we'll give that a try and see what happens here. See if there ain't some more of him. Also should check to make sure the camera lens is clean, but we'll find out here pretty quick, I suspect. Yeah, looks like the lens is clean. Something I don't pay nearly enough attention to until I get home and watch the footage and see the big water spot or, you know, the smudge or the bug that landed on it and decided to stay there. Oh, there we go. There's oh, feels a little heavy, a little more feisty though. I think this might be, well, maybe. Another little drum. Another little drum. Cute little guy. Oh, he's got it all the way down too. We're going to go fishing with the forceps for him. Look at that face. Yeah. Where did I put my forceps? There they are. Let's see if we can't get him to open wide. Well, we may be giving him this one. Nope, we got it. Say goodbye. And back in the water he goes. So I think we got our depth right. So I'm going to quit playing with the idea of moving that down deeper, at least for a little bit. We don't seem to be anywhere near the bottom. I'm not really picking rocks, and I know there's some big rocks out in the middle of this. So I guess it is possible that there might be some bigger fish running down deeper, but as long as these guys are eating, I'm going to be happy. Slowly but surely extend these casts out a little further into this pool. I got an eddy right here in front of me, so I have to keep mending my line to keep it from pulling my fly back over towards me, so I can stay out in that part out there. Forgot my water shoes, or I'd be able to take a few steps out and get past it. I got my waders, but it's not going to be worth going back and putting them on just for one step out in the water. There we go, there's another nicer one. What do we got here? I think we might have another walleye. We do have another walleye. Oh, there he goes. he pulled loose, I could see the fly all the way on the outside of his mouth, so I know he wasn't hooked very good. That's going to keep happening. I think here in a few minutes we're going to pop on the microclouser and dredge the bottom of this and see what we can find. That guy hit a little further out. Either a bluegill or a drum. Little drum. Me and my drum. Well, they're just sucking that puppy down. He got that way down there too. There we go. Got it back easy enough though. Bird's eye view there. Pretty little guys. I like that silver and a little bit of green and turquoise and purple on them. I don't know if you can see it in the camera in this light, but just really pretty little fish and way, way underrated. Everybody kind of poo-poos drum as being almost a trash fish, but they're really. They're good fighters. They're fun to catch. And they're actually not even bad eating fish either. Wow, something just took that on the hit. And I managed to miss him somehow. Took it on the fall. Bobber went down as soon as the fly hit the water. Bobber, listen to me. Strike indicator. There we go, got him that time, little bluegill. Same thing happened, that fly hit the water and was just gone as soon as it hit the water. So we got the drummies and the walleyes down a little deeper. And up in the shallower water, apparently, we've got these guys. And you know what? I'm not going to complain about either of those situations. So we're going to put him back in the water. And we're going to go out and catch some more fish. So the second day, I wasn't really expecting it to be too much different from the first day. Rookie mistake. But I figured it'd just be kind of slow and kind of small. The camera had about 2/3 of the charge of the battery on it. So I thought, I'm not going to need the second battery. Probably should have took the second battery because the fishing was good, as you can see so far, and it just kept getting better, but I ran out of battery, so you don't get to see much of the rest of it. However, I did have enough battery left to take some still pictures, so I'll show you a few of those on the way out. So that's going to be about it for this episode of Tim on the Fly. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you had a good time. I had a good time making it, had a good time catching the fish, and have been just having a heck of a time down here in Missouri. And until next time, tight lines. See you in the next one.